Number 3, live streaming. This is the first time we live streamed. We had a bit of a technical issue last week, only because we actually don't know what we're doing when it comes to YouTube. But here we are. So hopefully there's people watching, and if you are, please feel free to ask questions. I'm Tim.
And I'm Claire, and this week we are joined by the lovely Sean Partridge of Unit 17.
Hello.
So Sean's one of our neighbours here in the Good Sheds in Barry, but seems to be moving into Cardiff.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Unit 17, Sean.
Well, it was established 2 years ago, just off the back end of the pandemic, whilst everything was still going on. I stumbled across it when I was visiting you, actually coming here for a pint. I noticed, funny enough, and I realised there was a unit vacant. So, I applied for it, we got it, and here we are now. And now I'm sat here having a pint, like. Great, excited.
Yeah, it's lovely to have one of our neighbours joining us as well,
Thank you.
so we can have a couple of beers.
Yeah.
You see that Tim and I both got the striker top memo as well, so
Yeah, we're
sure
very
we didn't go down the
Safe ship on one, yeah. I'm on the safe ship.
So, obviously, as per the last few, if you haven't seen it, we review beers, we chat a bit about business, a bit about life, what's going on. It's a very informal kind of conversation. This week, we're shaking up a little bit, which we'll talk about in a little while. But let's start with our very first beer. Our first beer pick this week is a sour from Vocation. It's called Death by Cherries, 4.5%. If you don't know who Vocation are, they're based in the Hebden Bridge in West Yorkshire, and we really like Vocation, don't we?
No, really.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we have seen they do supply some supermarkets, but typically exclusive brews just for them. But we've got their Death by Cherries sour. So I'm going to pour that, and then we will dive into chatting about beer and tasting.
How do you think that's Sean?
Alright, I've always one of these ones a bit on the fence. Now, I realise it got more popular the last year or so, maybe 2 years. As you know, I like my naughty IPAs. Yeah, more like tankier the better. But
Hazier, higher ABV.
yeah, and
Goes
it's,
in a lot of fun.
yeah, like nothing over the 6.5, like 6%. I quite like in the 6.5, but then, yeah, recently, because of my girlfriend and my friends, they all been drinking sours, they've slowly weaning me onto them. And I'm like, okay, especially the weather we're having.
Oh,
What do you want, though?
It's that fruity. We often find, I've said, if you've got customers who drink like fruity ciders, that if you want to try a beer and you like fruity ciders, like sour beers, especially the fruitier sours like this one, are a really good kind of transition for you. Even I think if you like white wine, I think some of the more grapey flavoured sours, those are got like more citrus note, are again really good.
Our cider drinkers. It's always a good transition for cider drinkers
Yeah.
to get into sours. It's like it's almost their gateway.
Okay, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
And I mean, look at that. Look at the colour on that. That is just a thing of beauty.
So we've also, I'll show you the pump clip as well. So that's the pump clip. Death by Cherries, 4.5%. So I guess we should give it a try and see what everyone makes of it.
Yeah, sticky nose in
As you're saying about wine,
Yeah.
I mean straight away get back in there
there.
like,
Wine nose.
yeah,
Red wine.
Wine
straight
glass.
off.
Like a cold red wine. Almost like sangria.
Mm. Well, you get a lot, if you're having a Shiraz or something, Shiraz tends to carry that really cherry note to it.
Yeah, no,
So-
that is true. That's very true.
Okay, as not sour drinker as such, that doesn't get, for me straight away, that's nice, that's pleasant, it's more fruity, more cherries just hit me straight off,
Yeah,
straight away.
it's super cherry, but I think it's like morello cherry
Mm.
so like sour cherry beer, right? So
That smells It smells incredible.
It is. It's lovely and it's fruity. Did you say it's 4.5% as well?
Yeah, it doesn't taste like a 4.5%.
No, that's
It's
that.
really rich. It's decadent,
Mm.
I would say. It's bags full of that like Morello cherry flavour.
You know, like cherry pie or
Like cherry pie.
definitely
That's
cherry
it,
pie,
that's it.
cheesecake
Yeah.
type vibes.
There's still that there's a bit of a soft mouth film, it's creamy, but it's not your typical lip smacking,
It's not
punch you in the
over-offensive.
face
Yeah.
sour. It's tart,
Yeah.
but it's not insane. So that's quite interesting actually. I'm really enjoying it.
That's gorgeous. And it has no, like I said, there's no lingering.
No, it doesn't.
But like, yeah, it's not like, oh, okay.
The first sour that, well, the sour you did with Simon Martin a couple of episodes ago, that was the sour Susie from Lerwick, wasn't it? And that
Yes.
was over Berliner Weiss, but it was lemon, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't. That wasn't because of the lemon being added. That was just because it was a traditional sour mash. So more like the kettle sour. It was just a beer that had been sour, the controlled sourness, and because of that you didn't. Because a lot of these, especially the way that the sour sort of genres kind of moved into, it's very much smashing tons of fruit, and there is also this whole level of what is classed as a beer versus that, and I think it's 50% fruit in it that then becomes, they can't go above that, otherwise it takes it outside of being a beer. So I mean, I think the New York one had 49%, didn't it? They just stayed under that level.
And for me, I'm much more about the fruitier sours. You know, we've had some at the Collective Arts, which was just a straight sour beer, and we've had a couple of others, and you know, they're lovely and they really make you kind of, you know, like really get them. I prefer fruity levels. So one of our first ones was Taffa Taffa from Gypsy Hill. I remember when we first opened Graphic Public, and sour beers were like a really hard sell. People just didn't get them, and I think we started Punchbowl, of course. Dave, our bar manager, is super sour edge, you know, you can convert anyone on the sours. And now I remember we bought some Taffa in, and it's a Mai Tai sour, so it's got like pineapple and lime.
Whole oranges, whole.
Yeah, we got to the end of the cake, and it was like this like beery, pulpy, orangey goodness. It was amazing.
Yes,
and then they stopped making it, and we got really upset. And then they brought it back and got really excited, and I told them a second thing, they're like, no, we stopped making it again. And I've just seen in my inbox this morning the Gypsy Hill have re-released Taffa Taffa, so we've got a cake and cans of Taffa Taffa coming this week. I was so excited! I literally messaged Dave on WhatsApp first and thought, Dave, Taffa Taffa's back!
We've got it.
Yeah, so we're like super excited. He said, oh, like, just buy a cake and I'll drink all of it. Like, no, back off this one. But yeah, certainly I think, for me anyway, these fruity and sours are the way to go. As a non-sour drinker then, how is this for you?
I love it, yeah. This is the thing, like I said, like lots of Dave, my friends, everyone we've been trying to get me on and slowly. And this, to me, is so non-offensive. This has just got such good fruitness straight away, and I just feel like, you look at the cherries, you used to be in the pub, used to be in the jar, and you used to stick them in a cocktail or something like that. That's that. That's that in a glass, and exactly, it's amazing.
And we've just had our first message. Hello, Jessie. Hi.
Hi, Jessie.
we're, you know, like, if you have any questions, please ask. We're happy to try and answer them. You may not get a sensible answer, but we will do our best.
Certainly until we get onto the third video.
Yeah. Well, actually, technically, there's 4 today, so that's
all
all right. Yeah. So we can do that. I mean,
but again, I really like this. I think with some of the fruity sours and some of the fruity beers, if you go too far, I find it to be quite like really sweet. They might be lovely, but
This
like
is
a,
sweet.
like a half of one of those is enough. This, and I think because it's 4.5 and cherry itself is quite clean flavour.
What for the weather we've been
Yeah.
having?
Oh,
Just that,
yeah.
point of that.
Sat in the sun.
super rich, like no sweetness at all in that. A nice tart finish, but does not drink like a 4.5%, you would definitely say I would be putting that more like 6 because of the thickness of it.
Yes.
It's just packed full of flavour. So
There's so much flavour.
Yeah. So okay. I mean, I guess maybe I should pour the next one. So we're doing something a bit interesting on this our second. So there's been a long standing running joke in the bar with our team that obviously I absolutely adore Steady on that. 5.2 seems to be the sweet spot, and we always compare that to any other beer that's 5.2, and there's been arguments, I must say, hasn't there? There's been arguments.
It's a real.
Tension points. But obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't necessarily agree with that, but they're entitled to their opinion.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you choose to ignore it.
Yes, exactly. So like what we're gonna do is we're gonna taste test Steady 5.2 against Polly's new core beer, Preliminary Flex, which is also 5.2. We were going to try and do a triple taste test with Verdant's Mary Lou, which also is a bit of a bone of contention with the team in terms of some think that's better. I disagree. But again, we were okay with that. I don't hold grudges. But we unfortunately we normally have it in the fridge. We didn't have it.
No, it's been so popular. I was glad we had some.
I know. I'm gutted because they would have been great to do the three against each other. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the two. I'm going to taste test them side by side. Right. So I'm going to pour those. But I have another message. Jesse, what are we drinking? Looks nice. So that is the Vocation Death by Cherries, which is a sour 4.5%.
And it's lovely.
And it's absolutely delicious. So I'm going to pour these two. I'll leave these two to the chat, and we'll be back in a moment so we can do the taste test.
So I checked my notes here. So Sean,
Right.
so Unit 17 is an independent lifestyle store.
Yes. Why not?
Passion.
Why not? Let's put every other word in as
I
we
was going to say,
can.
don't make that longer.
Yeah, it's at a lot just being a men's way.
Yeah.
And obviously we're moving into Cardiff.
Yeah.
Just for bigger premises. It's a case of we need a bigger boat now. Good Sheds has been a bigger boat. Oh yeah, come on. You should get the buns in though.
Got 2 seconds. Sorry. It's
Isn't
okay.
that one of Sean's tops anyway?
Yeah, so to be fair, actually, I'm probably head to toe in the Unit 17 clothing, only because, like, as I really like the quality of the stuff that Sean sells, and it's just, it feels good, it washes well, it wears well, and it kind of is also about supporting indies and sustainability as well.
And a lot of the brands that you stock have quite a strong ethical point.
Oh, massively. For instance, like New Top there, they are all about the workers. Everything they do is 100% organic. When they're jeans, Louis Jeans, they're the first jean brand ever to do free repairs for life.
That's amazing.
It's more about being sustainable.
Yeah.
It's more about buying one good bit of item and to last longer. You can buy several pairs of cheap brands. I won't say the names, but yeah, and you think great, but just try. Don't be afraid to step out your comfort zone. A lot of people are converted to buy a pair of like raw salvage. I know we say probably the best way for it. But with anything, buy a nice one pair of jeans, and they're going to last. And the more you wear them, the better they're going to look.
I mean, I'm pretty guilty of that, in the past, of buying, a pair of £10, £3 jeans, or ones that, were of less price. But the thing is, I'm out walking the dog, I'm working in a bar, I'm fairly active now, but I would go through cheaper clothing, jackets, everything. A couple of years ago, I bought my first Patagonia jacket for dog walking. And it's like super lightweight, the quality of it is phenomenal. It's real, and yeah, you pay for a little bit extra, but at least I'm happy that it's an ethical brand. They recycle their fabrics, they pay their staff properly, they don't partake in this fast fashion, which is so damaging to the environment and everything.
And I think that is the issue where I understand there is fashion, I understand people want to move with fashion, and we do slightly as well but then our fashion's more heritage. But then you still go into modern fashion, so no matter where you go, but as long as it's made right, don't just throw the cheapest stuff you can at anything and just buy it
And I
because.
totally understand that, not everybody's in the position
Yeah.
that they can choose, but I think if you are in that position, I think resisting the temptation to buy multiple of the cheaper items,
Exactly.
just invest in,
That one piece.
a good pair of jeans, boots,
Mm,
coat,
definitely.
something that is, the style is going to stay with you.
Yeah.
Timeless, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And we like the fact that it kind of really aligns with us supporting indies the way that Sean does. And so that kind of, it just fits. And we did an event in the past called Denim and Ale Night.
Definitely on that, what fantastic music.
Yeah, there was a lot of jean tuxedos.
There was, yeah.
Like, if you don't know what that is,
The Texas
Google it.
tux, like-
Texas tux,
We
that's
just, we
it.
do just need to get this out there. So the double denim.
Yes.
Sean, where do you stand on double denim?
Personally,
Yes.
I think it's acceptable if you went to different shades of denim.
Good.
Okay.
I like it.
It's
That's
about
what I
shades
want.
then.
Yes. So maybe something a little bit more worn at the bottom or worn at the top, and then vice versa, or black jeans and a denim jacket.
I always think unless you're down from the script.
No.
But you've been rocking with double denim recently, haven't
Yeah.
you? And I blame you for that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Right,
The 5.2 challenge.
5.2
I'm
challenge.
really excited for this.
So what we're doing, we are challenging my favourites, Daya versus Polly's Preliminary Flex. Both 5.2 on Untapped. The Steady is at 4, which is like such a good score. And then actually the Polly's Preliminary Flex is 3.97, so there's very little in it. Preliminary Flex actually was inspired by Polly's by Steady Rolling Man.
This is Polly's homage to.
Yeah, it is. It is. They thought they believe it's the best pain in the UK, along with me, and along with a lot of people. And what they've done is create their own version. They started to create their core range back in late 2019, start of 2020, just as COVID hit, and that was put on hold. And then they released it while we were in, I think we were in the fire break. No, actually, it was the first. No, it wasn't. It was the first Christmas, wasn't it? Yeah, when we were shut and we were only a bottle shop and we had Preliminary Flex in, and we were just like, what is this beer? I mean, it was superb. And basically, it's Citrus Simcoe Cascade in their Whirlpool, and it is. And well, I guess we need to try them and see which one wins.
Now I don't even need to ask which is which.
Oh yeah. right. Typical Polly's. Well, these are the two different. So Steady and Polly's. You can certainly tell the difference. They haven't tried to copy it in terms of colour or the opacity of it, but I think they just wanted to create their own homage of how good Steady Rolling Man is. So right, let's try.
Which way first?
Well, I guess whichever way you want to do.
I mean, on the nose,
Yeah.
I would say the Polly's has it personally for me. I think you just get
So
tropical, more the tropical.
But they've got a very similar.
They do
they've
very
got-
similar profile.
Yeah, they've got very
Most
similar
Polly's
profile.
known, just when I have Polly's, they do tend to have that kind of smell, don't they?
They do.
Have that.
They've got a house yeast strain. They've got
Right,
kids,
yeah.
the majority of their beers have this similar characteristic, which is right up my street. I've got to admit, it's that stone fruit, tropical nose, that you like that plant tanginess,
Yeah,
but not in a grassy way. It's
Makes a
like,
big difference as well when
Doesn't
you're down
have
that grass.
overbitterness.
100%, yeah.
which Virgin have do
Yeah.
quite a lot of. The Polly's don't seem to. So I know what I mean. You look at that instantly, you're like, it's got the haziness, like that Polly's Polly's scent, older Polly's.
Oh, the boys.
Hey Joe Biden's dentures.
Hey, Joe.
Hi. They're lovely to see you over on our channel
Yeah.
as well. And hey
Come
from
to our
Austin, Texas. It's great to see you on watching us now. And thank you very much. It's slowly building the channel, and with all the subscribers that are coming along, it's great. And obviously we're going to try and do more live streams and.
We could get out to do it now.
Yeah, we have. And we'll put it out a bit more. Hopefully, we'll alert people a lot more earlier than we have
Yeah, we
done.
didn't want to tell people that we weren't going live today because we weren't sure whether it was going to work or not.
And it was only last minute when we were just pressing buttons.
And it's also it's like our first live, especially with a guest. So we picked a safe guest. We feel like Sean's not going to drop us in too much.
No,
It's early,
It's
yeah.
like pressure.
It's early, yeah.
One of the guests we've got lined up, we believe he's not safe for live streaming, so that one may not be live stream, but we're hoping to try and do this live stream every week at 7 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, rather than, and we, on a Tuesday obviously, same day every week. Quite good today. Well, thank you ever so much, and do you know what, it means a lot to us, the way we're kind of doing this. We really care, and this is how we interact with our customers in the bar. And we really enjoy this, actually, not only through the platform for our friends and other independent businesses, but it's not just about the beer, it's about chatting about, it's just a conversation more than anything, with beery goodness thrown in, to be fair. So
Yeah, it lubricates the conversation.
it certainly does. It certainly does. The more we have,
You feel-
then we
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
But right,
Okay, so
so
you've already gone, you went Polly's first, did you?
Yes.
Is that where you went?
Yeah, because automatically, because obviously you know what I'm attracted to that.
It's got the dank, it's got that
Yeah.
easiness.
Now, more. Yeah, it's hard. I'm very on the fence.
Okay.
I'm really on the fence.
what are you getting?
With this, I'm getting a little bit more juice than
Okay.
steady, but then the steady aftertaste, I appreciate more. Yeah.
This is definitely the preliminary flex on Polly's has definitely got that more creamy feel.
I mean,
Yes.
I'd
Yeah.
be curious to know whether they've changed the recipe because it's not quite as I remember it. I think it's not as, I want to say sweet, it doesn't quite have as heavy fruit.
Yes,
So
so
it
when we-
feels like it's dialed back in a little bit.
So this is the first time we've tried it since about February 21, I think. This is the first time we've had it back in. And to be fair, when it arrived, there was much excitement because when we put it out on our socials and we were canning with our can machine, when all we could do was do that rather than pouring beers from the stream, it flew out, and in fact we had to order more kegs of it because it was literally just non-stop.
We talk about the squealing excitement when we found out that Tappa Tappa, the Jixon that were doing Tappa Tappa Polly. I had the same reaction when I saw Culinary Flex go on tap on Sunday. I got the notification on my phone saying David changed it first thing in the morning. I literally messaged them, have we? It's like Carl Public has put Preliminary Flex on tap.
Well,
Have we?
We did a little happy dance in the house, and then we
And then he
made.
came straight down here to test.
Yeah,
I
I
feel like 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah, hey, look, it could be worse. I mean, I could be drinking beer at 9:30 in the morning, but that kind of opens the door to a totally different vibe and problem, which certainly isn't the case. Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying the softness of the Polly's.
Yes. The more I'm drinking it, it's like it's leaving me with, like you said, it's got like a creamy thickness, goodness. But every time I go back to steady, that's why I think it's steady. It's there.
I know what you mean about that aftertaste. So steady does seem to sit the longer, like you've got that subtle bitterness that comes afterwards, whereas I feel the Polly's, I love Polly's.
Oh, hands down. Yeah, definitely.
And I like the mouthfeel and the creaminess, and I like chocolate notes on the notes, but you're right, I think that it seems to finish quite quickly, whereas steady seems to maybe have potentially a little bit less complexity going on at front, but it sits and holds quite nicely. you're a big Steady fan, so for you this
Yeah.
is like you're die-hard Steady all the
Yeah,
way.
I am, but I also really, I absolutely adore Polly's as well. So it's kind of a bit of a. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because the thing is, I always know that I've got Steady here because that's what we have permanently on tap. But I'm really
Not because we
appreciating
have to,
it.
not because we're tight, but I think
Oh,
we
God,
should
no.
cry if we didn't.
Yeah, I would. and when we first opened, I was adamant we were going to have it on, and there was all supply chain issues and all sorts, and we actually ran out a couple of times, and it was distressing. It really was.
I think that's actually when we first discovered the Reflex. We had a shortage of Steady, we couldn't get it, and I think we ended up putting the Reflex on as our Steady alternative.
Yes.
And it was just the last bit of cable we managed to cross them over. So we
Right,
could check.
What's Steady always on?
Yeah,
that's
There's been gaps.
Yeah.
But
But
during the lockdown.
in the very first summer, when we first opened, there was issues with supply, but we always had a day on. I don't think we never not had a day on. It was just kind of what it
But
was.
during that first that lockdown period from Christmas that ended in April, May, I think, because it was the second of the UK lockdowns, the majority of breweries went straight to putting in a small pack rather than into cake, because obviously
Yeah.
bars were buying cakes. So you could get Steady in can
Yeah.
quite happily, but we just couldn't get it in cake because
No.
nobody was cake.
Well, the main reason was because there was no one buying it. I mean, we were one of 3 bars in the whole southwest of the UK for one of our distributors that was buying beer in keg, and we actually got to a point where we had this, we sort of exhausted what we wanted from their local depot, and they actually had to ship. We actually got access to the London depot, and they sent it by pallet to get to us because we needed more beer. We didn't have enough to do
We
that.
talk about that, supporting independent snacks and talking with other independent businesses and supporting the supply chain. So Polly's was a good example. So we were really struggling at that point to get cakes to Polly's. So I messaged Aaron at Polly's and said like, we really want your beer because I can't get it. Where can I get it? And he said, I'll go and try this distributor who's based in North Wales. So we started buying from them. And then sort of in the lockdown around February, we got in touch with them to place an order, and they were so happy to give us and said we were the only business buying from them during that period. And they're a small, independent, Welsh business that had stuff in stock that was probably going to go out of date. When it felt, they were like, oh, we'll deliver it ourselves, we'll come down. And it was just really lovely for us. And yes, we got the beer that we wanted. We were able to support, an independent brewery, but also this, this independent distributor, who's obviously a really key part of the supply chain. And it was really nice because people continue to support us.
Yes.
We were able to
support other people,
other
yeah.
people.
Yeah, and the other breweries.
Go on.
I see. I'm seeing a bit.
One's
Well-
lower than the other.
No, a bit more bitterness with the Polly's. But for me, steady wins.
Steady, you going steady?
I am.
Oh, wow.
I'm only saying Steady because of the additives, and that's if I'm going to have a session, have a couple of pints, I think I'd be happy on Steady, and then because you shop in my shop. but no, that's what I think.
I know you've got people to kind of pour them together.
Yeah.
Because I've got I really like nose and I like the soft mouthfeel, I like the softness.
I prefer the mouthfeels in the Polly's.
Yeah.
But I do like the lengthening on the taste. I feel like that's what Mary Lou just here. I will have to
Yes,
do
that would be
to complete the triple.
So we've had another question. Joe Biden's Ventures. Have you noticed the trend towards lower ABV beers being offered by UK brewers?
We've seen a couple of breweries started to experiment
Yeah.
with it. And we have had one who shall remain nameless that we tried and pulled pretty quickly just because it wasn't great.
Yeah.
But we've got we always have an non-alcoholic beer on tap anyway, which is since we've planning Craft Republic, because I think it's really nice if you want to go out with your mates, you go for a drink, and it prompts you drink after work, and you can't drink, alcohol. It's always nice to be able to sit in a beer garden with a beer, the taste
So,
of beer,
yeah,
the beer, start beer,
atmosphere.
sit glass, everything, and take part in that kind of beer garden, but without the alcohol.
But I guess low ABV doesn't necessarily mean 0.5 or
No,
0.
no.
Or the glass is non-alcoholic. I mean, we are seeing various sort of 2.5, 3,
Yes,
3
nowadays,
points,
Well,
anything getting too close to 4. We are seeing more of those, and previously they've been really thin and lacking in flavour, but we have noticed that breweries are getting better at really packing a punch with them, and unless you told me, I wouldn't know.
Well, that lemon snippet that we just had on from Brewery York, which is one of their newest releases, that was a rapid, wasn't it? That was 2.5%.
Yeah.
And again, you're talking like full on, lemon shandy type vibes. Perfect for if you're sitting so if you want to have a lunchtime beer, or just
We won't pack lunch.
one thing that we have noticed is becoming more popular is alternating the higher ABV with the lower ABV.
Yeah.
So going and having, we've got one of our customers who's big into like NFL and stuff, he wants to stay up late to watch a match. And so if I continue to drink the 6% all night, I'm not going to get.
Yeah.
Well, this is-
so
yeah,
it's alternated
Yeah.
with like a non-alcoholic with then 6% and then alcoholic with
Good
5%. Just kind of.
So Joe was asking around the 2.5 to 4%.
Mm.
That's kind of what he was saying. And yeah, we are seeing more of those, and we are trying to balance, because sometimes, and it's not the way we plan it, we can have a really, really high ABV beer board. I mean, sometimes you can come in and there's nothing lower than nothing lower than 5.2, because the stage always on, but we go a bit.
Well, we got 4, we've always got.
And house party, that's fair.
We do see on Wednesdays house party sales are actually quite high, because I think
Yeah.
more than 4%.
But-
midweek.
But there are times when the rest of our lines are basically sort of going right up to 8.5%, and don't get me wrong, it's lovely, but you can't sustain that all night, and I guess that's why we do thirds, which gives people the ability to kind of try lots of different things.
I actually get quite excited now when I see a brewery that I like has brought out a small beer or a lower ABV.
Yeah,
Because I'm curious to see how they approach it.
Exactly.
So we chatted last week about Lennon from.
we've got one coming from the next bear.
Yeah, so when we looked at the Electric Bear lineup, they had a micro IPA, I think they called it, which was a 3.8. I mean, one of our favourites, which unfortunately we can't get anymore, was the Powdered Water Pale, which was 3.8.
3.8.
So of course, since they started stocking that into supermarkets,
They don't
you can
produce.
get it.
Yeah, I think it became exclusive to Tesco, I think. Yeah, well, I saw it in Tesco, so I don't know whether it's available anywhere else, but we could get it more.
Which is a shame.
It
because-
sold really well for us.
Well, because there's a beer in the 3%, which again, the balance is you can lose that rounded mouthfeel, you can lose that pokiness, you're getting bitterness from hops. Leonard from Polly's did a cracking job. The Cloud Water Pale was great. I'm really excited to try the.
Did you have that beer, the beer, the cow water,
Yeah,
tasted?
Yeah.
draft a couple of times. It was a really
Just a table,
great beer.
a good table beer.
Yeah,
I mean, it was there for good session.
and I know they brought out another one, which again we had on was really popular. So yeah, yes, we have noticed an increase in breweries producing that. Whether they do it well, I think it's so new, but I think it is going to be a trend for this summer.
But we're seeing an improvement. It's definitely growing. That's for sure. But yeah, I guess time will tell.
I'm all for it because I love my 6%, love my 5%, but sometimes I
Yeah,
just
you do
want
want-
something
yeah,
in
yeah.
the trees.
I'll come in with that, and then we'll
You don't want to be
bounce
bouncing. You don't want to be
that.
bouncing off the wall and ripping radiators off the wall.
I definitely don't want to be doing that.
Okay, so what's the thing? So you finished your polys.
Yes, but I'm saying steady.
You
I'm
are.
saying steady. And
Steady with steady.
it's steady, it's there. And I think, is it a psychological thing? Because I've always drank it, it's always been there. But I want to say, because the aftertaste stays longer for me. That's.
What do you think?
I might have to say steady as
Oh!
I
Ooh.
love.
Clean sweep!
I feel like I've cheated on Molly's. I love the soft mouthfeel on this. I love that it's got slightly more tropical notes. I'm sure they must have changed the recipe because I'm sure that the original one had more to it.
Slight sweetness.
What I like with this one is, yes, it's less complex. This, I think this one's a little bit more exciting. I think Polly's is a bit more like.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Actually, in terms of if I was going to order a second, I'd order a second.
Oh. Sorry.
That smile.
Sorry,
That smile.
Sorry, Polly's. We love you. We
Yeah,
love
no
you,
worries.
and we also have a permanent Polly's line on only because we love Polly's. But yeah, on this occasion, I think it's an exceptional beer, and it's
It is beautiful.
and it's a
Good
true
comparison.
it's a true representation. I mean, yeah, if this was on in the bar, because then it's always on, I'll be drinking the Blue Reflex. But if I have to compare the two,
Good to choose.
then wins on that occasion.
Yes.
Steady, steady.
Steady was
It's
steady.
steady, isn't it?
Woohoo!
Well, 5.2 challenge. If you've got any other 5.2 beers that you'd like to throw into the mix, please let us know in the comments. We're always up for discovery. New 5.2s. I want Mary Lou in next. We have to do a Mary Lou steady comparison when we have it on.
At some point, yeah, we'll do that.
I don't have to all through.
Well, yeah, if we have to have it on tap as well.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
who knows? Who knows? If Dave, if you're watching, you can make it happen.
Powers and views.
So right, I'm going to do the next bit.
Okay.
Right. So I guess, Sean, you talked about like how what you do and a bit about kind of why you do it. But what's your origin story?
Right, so for us it was quite interesting. So I've always been into fashion. I like say fashion, I've always been into workwear. Workwear for me.
You're a skater as well, aren't
As a
you?
skater, yeah, so there is actually like a lot of subcultures in skating. And I've always been interested in like the Dickies, the Carhartt, so that kind of like real good quality outdoor workwear. And I think it just kind of blossomed over time when I was working in a skate shop, and there was a menswear shop open just across the way from Himmel's Arcade. And I just came across a pamphlet in jeans, and I was like, jeans are amazing. Like, really. And previously before that, I knew Red Wing Boots. And I applied for the job. Next door, I was assistant manager in Rwanda at the time. Get a job in here. And yeah, and everything just happened. And more, I was there, more jean brands came on board. Nudie Jeans, Hyatt from Cardigan.
They're fantastic.
Amazing, yeah. And we 100% organic as well. Really through Hairs for Life. They do everything that Nudie do, but in Wales. So that makes it amazing. But yeah, I just taught myself up from there, and then broke my leg skating.
Can we also just say this is a trend that continues, right? You should hobble.
So yeah, if you see me holding my back, I actually have hurt my back skating yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, but it's all right. This is definitely helping with me. It's all the tablets I took before I came in here. That's it. So.
But you've also got background in it.
Yes. Yeah. My family. I mean, it's a bit of a bizarre one. My father started a weekend clubs. I got brought up clubs in Caldecott, Crossing, Caldecott, and then went to West Wales, and then the West End Club in Barrow as well. And he's done beer festivals. We won Cameron Club of the Year. My brother took over, was the manager of the City Arms. Previous to that, he was in Jews and Guernsey. And yeah, I've kind of like been forced into it in a sense way back when. So yeah, it's interesting, like, and yeah, I'm more the trad side of it.
Okay.
On the handballs, you mean like when Christian City Arms, I think it was the first pub in Cardiff to have craft beer coming on. I think that was Brooklyn.
Wow.
And look at Brooklyn now.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, and it all started from there, and yeah, it's interesting. I enjoy it. It's a bit of a lifestyle as well. Like I said to Tim earlier, I was like, how hipster on conversation go? It's not good denim in an ale. But yeah, they are massive, actually massive factors of my life, like, and yeah, I love beer. And this is why I came here because it's genuinely good beer, and I am fussy. I have come back from a background of beer ale, so yeah, to do this now, I'm not sure what my father seems to be having craft beer. But you know, and a sour cherry beer.
Served at 4 degrees.
Yeah.
So we have another. So Joe Biden's dentures says he's drinking a creamsicle Kolsch from Land Grant Brewery. 6% Kolsch with tangerine, vanilla, and lactose.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
Whoa.
Well, cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
And this is cheers, guys.
Please give us a thumbs up. Obviously, it all helps. And I don't actually know where that works because obviously I've seen Simon do it. But I'm like, if we can get it to sum up, I'll do something. I don't know what that is,
Don't
but
offer
let's.
things you can't
We've currently got 4. So can we get it? Can we get a bit higher? Because obviously it bumps the algorithm, I think, and more people see it. So please, let's do it. Let's do it.
More people like it, long standing, the more I can drink.
So, okay, we're
So what's this?
right. So this final one is.
I do also have to point out, because when I picked the steady, I have finished the volume. I haven't finished the
Oh, yeah, but you said you was on, so it's fine.
Okay.
So the next one we're having is Surround Sound. It's a Hop and Vice 5.5 by Hand Brew Co. and part of the International Women's Day collab with Unite Brew, which is basically supporting women in brewing, and it's basically an event where women get together, whether in the brewery industry, whether home brewers, and they get together to brew beers. And this is part of that. They donate the proceeds to charities called Safe Strut and Common Ground. So, well, we've got a wee bit here.
Okay.
Got a wee bit here.
Never, and this slide should have shown my naivety. I'd never heard, came to this, I'd never heard of Hopperweiss until we were down Northern year, and they did a Hopperweiss as part of their birthday beers, and it was phenomenal. And I'm not normally a big fan of wheat beers. Like, for me, in my head, wheat beers are a bit Black Doggy, maybe Rossi, Hay Bailey.
So that yeast starter for me as well, I always have that.
Yeah, bits and nuts and stuff. Whereas I found, particularly with the Cloudwater, and then we had another one on afterwards, bubblegum notes, and again that bit more complexity and softer. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting this. So they are using the Pink Boots, it's called Pink Boots blend from Yokohama Chief, which seem to be absolutely everywhere in
We
terms
don't
of.
do it, see that.
Yeah, we do it. Yeah, they seem to be creating yeast. Not yeast. They're creating hop blends and they seem to be killing it at the moment.
Wow.
And they also use it, and this also uses a bit of sour. And yes, this is exactly what you get from
Bananas.
Wow.
I'm getting bubblegum as well.
And a bit of coconut, which I think probably comes from the south.
Coconut.
Yeah, coconuts and
It's
sour.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'll definitely come from the south.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, foam bananas.
Well,
Which
I'm feeling a pina colada.
I think you get that from the being a wheat beer anyway. And I think I
do, yeah.
I can't remember the yeast strain that they used, but you definitely getting that. I'm getting bubblegum vibes from that. Straight away, straight off the nose, bubblegum. And obviously, colour-wise, it's not crazy hazy, but it's got a lovely creamy head on that, and it's got a very nice taste profile.
It's been a glad you've got that. You've done that to me.
The fruit salad sweets when you taste it. Do you know those chewy fruit salad sweets?
Oh, okay, I've just got peanut butter and that's something not I would normally go for, but wow, it's juicy and it's so fruit. Like,
It's
the
so
fruit.
fruity.
It's-
It's not a fruited beer at all, is it?
No.
And it's a bison as well.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even put that in the mix.
I think, I've said that's I think the third device I've tried in a handful of months. And I've loved it. I think I've found my new favourite style of beer.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Bitterness levels are lush. Like, really think there was a bitterness there.
It has got that fruity note. to
Yeah, it's that lovely aftertaste at the back of my tongue.
Yeah, but it is that I'm getting the almost that the old school bubble, the old school foam bananas where you've got almost that marshmallowy feel.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting, is a marshmallow kind of vibe in my mouth, with that whole banana and bubblegum.
I think when we talk about bubblegum, you used to have like screwball ice cream
Oh
to have the
God, the
bubblegum at the
little
bottom
one,
of the
yeah,
plastic thing.
amazing, yeah.
That is that.
It is that, isn't it?
It is that. I mean, I think that
Give me an umbrella and a straw.
I think that's a beautiful beer.
But
I
it's-
mean, again, for this weather and for
and it's at 5.5, so it's not crazy.
Okay.
It's not insane on
No.
levels.
it's a beer that makes me smile.
But yeah, again, well, great single beer.
For me,
Oh, yeah.
Well, great
for me, it would be my go-to.
No,
It hasn't quite.
but I'm half of that.
Yeah, a third
This
class
weekend,
for me.
babes.
Perfect. It's doesn't quite. I'm still on the fence. I shouldn't be on the fence with weekdays, and I have had some good weekdays, but for me, it's not my go-to. It is start of being used, but it's delicious.
It works for me.
Yeah, I've tried the basic bitch ones in the past week years, we all know the ones. But this, yeah, I was introduced to this in the beginning of the week, yeah, like, oh, that's
I think there's a lot going on with this.
quite complex.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh yeah, if you were to, if we compare it to the mainstream weekdays,
This is what
This-
it should be.
this
This is
the next level.
Yeah.
To that, but it is very much a.
I can
For
see
me,
how
it's
it
not-
would be everyone's.
Yeah, it's not my full-on cup of tea. I would enjoy
I'd
it.
rather tasting it and smelling it.
Yeah, but that's fair. That's fair. I think that's down to the yeast strain
Yeah.
and what and the I think it's the essence that it gives off, and you're getting that's where you get that bubble gum or that foam banana thing.
Yeah, I
and
think you're
it's-
right. I think on the nose of that foam banana, it's almost a slight, almost a little synthetic when it's touching onto it, but it's
Yeah.
not there on taste at all.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. But it's got a great level of bitterness for me, and it's good. It's good. But yeah, not my good.
So Sean, out of 4, if you had to choose,
I'm going to throw a spanner in the works.
um,
I'm going for number 1.
cherry.
Yes.
Whoa!
Man.
We converted you into sours.
Well, yeah, I think because it's a complete step up my comfort zone.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. It was so non-offensive, it was fruity, juicy. Yeah, it was cold bloody red wine though. It was so nice. I mean, yeah, I loved it, yeah. Really nice, yeah, number 1.
Number
Oh,
1.
okay.
And for you?
I would probably. To be fair, on this occasion, I think so every day, but that's not what this is about. It's about what was my favourite, what was the nicest out of them, and I removed that from that. But I'd probably go with Pulling Reflex,
Yeah.
regardless of whether it was if
No,
you
no,
win
no.
a challenge.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that,
Yeah.
and when it's on tap, I know full well that I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to have I'm going to. That's the one I will pick when I pop into the bar when we're not working it, and we go down for a beer. That would be my standout for today. And you?
I really like Hofmeister.
Oh, okay.
I do, you know, it gives me everything I want in a beer. You know, I'm not a big fan of heavy bitter notes. I don't like ones that really stick in the back of your throat and, you know, really hang around. But I do like bitters because I do want some aftertaste to lengthen out the flavour. And I think it's got this, but it's got, you know, some fruitiness, but it's not fruitiness, but it's not fruited, and it's not sweet. So it's got everything in it, but I like that style. I've got those Polly's beers. But yeah, so I think I might have found my new favourite style of beer.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So today we reviewed the Death by Cherries, 4.5% vocation. Steady on around 5.2 from Cheltenham. Polly's from Mould at 5.2 also, Blue Reflex. And we finished with Surround Sound from Pambuco in Brighton, which was a collab.
And we've been joined by the lovely Sean Parker. So Sean, Unit 17, do you have an online shop?
We have an online shop, Unit 17, the store, .com. .com. But yeah.
Ship all over the UK, do you?
All over the UK, yeah. Because UK at the moment, we are going to go international, next year we're shipping, we just want to get our feet into Cardiff, Morgan's Arcade.
Local.
You have a launch party.
We will get on launch party.
And apparently
We're
we're quite big.
You're spoiling the beer for it.
Yeah,
You are
this
spoiling
has
the
already
beer.
been agreed. Sean agreed that.
I'll just be there drinking it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe like cucumber sandwiches with crust up off. I won't. But yeah, really excited. So yeah, just keep note out for that and follow us on social media.
We'll put links below in our description for if you want to check out some of Sean's stuff. He hasn't got us by the way, so don't get too excited about it.
Even if Tim is wearing it.
Yeah, well that's just because I really like his toast and actually I can't be bothered buying online and sending it back and also going anywhere else, and Sean's actually ridiculously good salesman. Every time I go in, I get Sean. Let's just put it
He's
that way.
alright as well as he's nice guy.
Yeah, he's
Occasionally.
we won't say it to his face.
Sober.
But thank you ever so much for watching our first live stream, and obviously if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends, please like and subscribe, click the button below, click the notification button, and tell us what else you'd like to see, and we'll do more of this. I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.